sad news actually, regarding Tory Lanez. This is courtesy of TMZ. Absolutely tragic news about Tory Lanez and TMZ. They're saying he got stabbed in prison, and the latest update that I heard about Tory Lanez being stabbed in his prison via I think DJ Academics. I watched his stream earlier. DJ Academics spoke to somebody in Tory Lanez's team, and they said that allegedly he's in critical condition. They're saying allegedly Tory Lanez is in critical condition after being stabbed in prison. Wada woo. So let's roll down. It says this isn't how Tory Lanez prison staff dashes. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, cool. Update. A rep for California Corrections confirms to TMZ that Tory Lanez was attacked by another prisoner in a housing unit in the California Correctional Institute (CCI) in Tehachapi around 7:20 in the morning. Prisons. Imagine getting stabbed in a prison at 7:20 in the morning. God almighty, man. Prison's a terrifying place, isn't it? You're getting stabbed up at just before you even had breakfast. People are shanking you. You're getting wetted up at 7:30 in the morning. Could you imagine the pain and the horror? God almighty. Prison staff dashed to the scene and began administering first aid to Tory after calling 911. Tory was then rushed hospital of prison guards to receive more treatment. The CDCR spokesperson did not disclose Tory's condition, but they're saying he's in critical condition. This is not how Tory Lanez wants to get out of prison, but he is after suffering a prison yard stabbing so bad he needs hospital treatment. Tory was in the yard of the California Correctional Institute of Tehachapi on Monday morning when another inmate stabbed him, according to multiple sources, including one in law enforcement. It's unclear what the motivation was for the attack, but one source tells Tory Lanez was rushed by an ambulance to a nearby civilian hospital. They're saying the chatter is on social. The rumors on social are that allegedly this is linked to a Kendrick diss. That's what people are saying on social media. Take it with a pinch of salt, but they are saying that I think in one of the Tory prison tapes that he dropped, one of those mixtapes, he has some sort of diss or veiled diss towards Kendrick, and people are alleging this is payback for what he said about Kendrick, allegedly. Just last week, he posted a pic of himself looking pretty buff behind bars, bragging his next album would drop soon. There's Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know why. You know why they put the picture there, but you gotta think, innit? If you're Megan Thee Stallion, right, would you feel guilty if that guy died? She doesn't really care that he's in prison anyway, but would you feel guilty if he dies from his injuries? God forbid, touch wood, he doesn't. But if you're Megan Thee Stallion, would you have an ounce of guilt or remorse if he passes away or no? Because a part of me thinks she must do, because she must know, deep down in her heart that Tory didn't shoot her, innit? She knows that, right? But as I've said previously when I covered that case, it was more so the fact of how Tory was going on and acting and kind of embarrassing her, and she wanted to kind of teach him a lesson type of thing and get back, you know what I mean? As opposed to, no, you actually shot me, because she knows he didn't shoot her. We all know it was that fucking Kelsey girl that likely shot Megan, and it wasn't actually a shooting. It was more so Tory trying to get the gun off Kelsey, and then in that struggle, the gun went off. You know what I mean? And they're both holding it. So technically, who shot her? I don't know. Maybe a combination of two people. But the case wasn't even about Tory shooting her, was it? Really? It was about him having the gun, because he's I think he was what do you call it? He's a felon and shit, so he couldn't have a gun. But would she feel any ounce of guilt? I don't know. Maybe not, innit? Maybe not, because if you go as far as getting your get back and sending your ex to prison because you had a lover's tiff or something, you probably don't give a fuck about that person, You probably want to see him die anyway. You don't give a F. So most likely she's sleeping like a baby tonight. Or she's turning up. The artist is serving a 10-year sentence at California State Prison for the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Tory and Megan are still battling out each other in the court. She's accusing him of enlisting various bloggers to continue publicly smearing her. By the way, that is really sick, by the way. The fact that she's still going after him and he's in prison for these blog smear attacks. Like, even if they're true, the man's in prison, man. Like, allow it. Just move on with your life. And if you're Megan as well, personally for me, but I think musically, she hasn't really done anything musically at the moment that's really, you know what I mean? The only thing I think that's been really good actually was a performance at Coachella. That's why I forgot to mention that. I thought Megan Thee Stallion at Coachella was actually surprisingly really fucking good. Like, surprising, because I've seen a couple of performances before and they weren't that great, but Megan at Coachella was so fucking good. But she needs to do more outside of the Tory thing to sort of put that story to the back burner, you know? It's not her fault that they include her picture in the story. I get it. But I think if you're Megan Thee Stallion, taking Tory to court, getting a restraining order on him when he's already in prison because of this blogger thing that you think he's got going on, like, even if it's true, I think you should just let it lie and just focus on your career so that people can start talking about you for the music again, as opposed to the Tory shit. That's what you'd want. But maybe she doesn't want that. Who knows? Or maybe she just wants to bury the guy. You know what I mean? When you want to bury someone, what's that saying in fucking 48 Laws of Power? You know what I mean? Like, kill your enemy thoroughly. You know what I mean? I forgot what the law is. About something about, like, eliminating your enemy all the way through. You don't just do it one way. Of the fucking Laws of Power. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's this one. Let's see. Enemy. There you go. Never put too much trust in a friend or an enemy. That's what that one. That's the one. That's the one. Law number 15. I think that's what Megan Thee Stallion is going by when it comes to Tory. Law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. Crush your enemy totally. So as hard as it is me to see the news about Tory Lanez being a fan of his, and just being a fan of music in general, that he's been stabbed in prison, you also have to respect the game, innit? She crossed him. She wanted to get some get back. He's now in prison with a 10-year sentence, and allegedly he got stabbed. Or not allegedly, he did get stabbed, and now he's in critical condition, allegedly, according to academics. I think the Shade Room too have reported on it. So keep your head up, I guess. Keep your fucking head up.